Welcome to That Pony Show, the weekly show where we talk about the latest episode of My Little Pony and how much we liked it and what we did and did not like. So,
we need to come up with a better intro, honestly.
Yeah.
We really do, and I'm sorry that I haven't worked on that. I've been busy with other things. But in the meantime, my name is Modified Thunderbirds. I'm the host and show manager of the show Euro C6. This week, I am joined by
Commander Sparkle,
Medi Bobo,
and Smooth Sailing.
And this week we are talking about the show, the episode Made in Manhattan.
Made in Manhattan.
Made in Manhattan.
Made in Manhattan. Fuck shit. Made in Manhattan.
Made in Manhattan.
Made in
Manhattan. The Rarity episode, the third one since the hiatus.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We had a Rarity episode, then we had a Rarity Rainbow Dash episode, now we have a Rarity Applejack episode.
What we don't know is that Rarity has just been writing the scripts for the second half of this season.
Yeah, it's clear that that's the case, because it's just like, dear God, what the fuck? It's just like, oh my god. Anyway, so, this was a nice little episode. I really enjoyed it. The episode starts out with
Twilight being bored of books. Not because she's bored with books, but because she's read them and she's like, fuck, I've read every one of these books. What am I gonna do?
It's really weird watching this, because I watched it after I watched the new movie.
Equestria Girls.
Yeah, so I was like,
Friendship Games.
Man, you could have been doing something else.
Yeah, you could have been.
But we aren't talking about that.
Yeah. We'll save that maybe for time later. But in the meantime,
a good deal later, when I watch
this
it.
is the actual thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Twilight's bored as all hell. Rarity calls out, goes, "Whoa!" She's like, "Haha, this is something I can do." And then turns out,
and then
it's
Applejack's
like, yes.
there too.
And then
it's like, aha!
And then it's like, whoa, cutie marks are glowing, and Twilight's like, adventure! And then she's like,
and then
no.
Spike's like, no.
Twilight, check yourself.
Before you wreck yourself.
I think she already wrecked herself.
Yeah, come on.
Man, Twilight is really excited to go on an adventure. I mean,
But she gets denied.
Can't she?
When was the last time she went on a friendship adventure? The season open?
Honestly, if she's super bored, you're a princess, you have wings, you can go literally anywhere.
Just go do some shit.
Yeah, and if you are going to be called by the map, there's going to be a very, very distinct sign, and you can just zap back to wherever you need to go. It's all your fault,
Yeah.
Twilight. Get over it.
But this episode actually contains a lot of stuff later on that really fixes the whole thing. It's like, no, guys. Just because you have Twilight doesn't mean you need Twilight.
Yeah,
you
and doesn't mean she's
own.
wanted either.
Hey.
Yeah, that too.
Because specifically, the problem wouldn't have been solved if she was there.
That's why the map was like, hey.
Exactly. And it's just such a great little theme for the end of it. But we'll get there. So, theme song happens, and it's like, yay, the fucking theme song.
I just realized that the version I have downloaded, I don't think had the theme song.
Yeah.
My little pony, you'll always be in my heart.
Yeah. So...
Man, that was a long time ago.
Applejack has no idea how to walk in the city.
Yeah, what the hell?
Literally no idea.
It's like...
Get it
I've
together.
been to, like, bustling cities areas. Oh, I just saw, the green comic writer pony in the background. Huh. Anyway, sorry. I'm the episode in the background and whatnot.
Applejack
Cities aren't
just
that
doesn't know
hard
how
to walk
cities
in,
work.
though. Cities aren't that hard to walk in, though. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
just
but
make sure you're paying attention.
Also, are you growing up in
He's
a
a
very
country pone.
reclusive small city or small village?
Well, this is true.
Yeah.
She is straight up country pone.
Country pone. Yeah, but it's like common sense. You gotta watch out where you're walking.
And it's a little different because New York City is specifically a very fast-paced
Yeah, it's
environment.
like you can tell everyone's moving very deliberately. Like I am going this way. Fuck you if you're in my way.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, right.
crowds in New York City are both very dangerous and very safe.
Yeah. So after we have the whole debacle about finding out how the hell to cross the street, Rarity decides, she needs to save someone from a terrible fashion atrocity, and being like, oh, how dare, no, that hat's no good for you. It's like, well, what, like, okay, great. But then I'm sitting there looking at the hat dude, and I'm like, yeah, you're kind of a bitch. You completely, like, ruined it. He was about to make some money. He's got family to feed.
Well, fuck,
and you're
that
fucking
hat
him over.
was seriously not good, though.
I honestly also think that man has no family. He has no family to feed.
I mean,
he is incredibly ugly.
It's technically the mayor's fault. Yeah, I'm gonna buy this and look great in it. No, you wouldn't look great in it. Too bad.
She needed to get herself checked because she was gonna wreck herself.
Yeah, she needed to check herself, not someone else check for her.
Well, sometimes you need someone to look in and tell you how you actually look.
Yes, sometimes you need somebody else to explain how shit you are.
And honestly, that hat guy shouldn't have sold her that hat to begin with. I mean, like, he's clearly just a cheapskate.
She wanted the hat!
She looked terrible in the hat.
If she really wanted the hat, she would have bought it along with Rarity's new free hat.
Yeah. I don't know. It's silly and weird, and so they go off and they try to find out what the hell, like, how to fix whatever. Hey, is anything going on?
Anyone? And then nobody pays attention because it's a big city.
And it's a great homage to the whole Charlie Brown's the psychiatrist is in, or the doctor is in thing from Charlie Brown. It's so good. I love it. They even have, like, the Charlie Brown pony walk by. And it looks great.
Also, that booth that Rarity's sitting at doesn't look like a information booth. It looks like a shipping booth.
Yeah.
She's like, a matchmaker, make me yummy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she finds the weird flyer thingamajigger that just comes up and smacks her in the face.
And then we're like, oh shit, Coco Pommel.
Yeah,
now it's just like,
the thrust to action on this one, or call to action and whatnot. I don't know.
Look, direction! Let's go! Plot!
Away!
Yep. Like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Do this.
Yay, deterministic universes!
Yay! So they fuck off to Coco Pommel's place where she explains to them that apparently there was some, like, midsummer revival thing, and she's been busy with Henny in the Hills, and there was somebody that was teaching the whole thing, and, like...
Man, her old inspiration, someone who she would go to these little plays with, because this, what's her name? Damn it, what is her name? It was like Charity something. I think it was just called Charity. Yeah, it was like...
No, it was Charity something.
But yeah, it was
Charity
like,
something.
Charity was like my person I got into theater with, so I want to continue her legacy now that she is missing.
By the way,
dead.
Side note, Coco Pommel's whole, like, apartment thing looks really cool. Like, she's got that little balcony with, like, the shutters that open up.
That very sultry sit when they enter. She's sitting very different than most ponies. Sprayed out, I will draw Coco Pommel like one of those French mares.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite thinking that way, but yeah, I guess. Sure. It's like, I like the layout.
I just like Coco Pommel.
Yeah, Coco Pommel's great. I love
like her
her
voice actress.
I'm just...
Kathy Westlock.
Is it Kathy Westlock?
It's Kathy.
I'm just glad she came back. Also, I love...
So...
I was just gonna say, I also love, like, how she just totally did not understand that the saying thing. It was adorable.
Yeah, I don't get
And
that.
it got brought up later, too, when she did the huge wink.
Wink!
I understand now how this terms of phrase work.
Yeah, like she's some sort of alien. I was like, no, what the hell? Yeah. You're not slow. You're not from another planet.
She kind of spent her entire time just being like, I'm not Southern, I'm from the city. I do art, and I do this stuff. And so Applejack's like, I'm from the city, I know colloquialisms. That's the difference. It's like when Southern people use different terms of phrase than...
Idioms.
Idioms, thank you. Applejack is known for her southern idioms. In fact, when she was made equal, those were the things that left her.
Her countryisms?
Yeah, I was gonna say the countryisms.
Yeah. Like racism.
Yeah. No, not like that. Not like that at all, Mitty. No. Anyway, so they go around talking to random ass ponies, seeing if there's any way that they could help with the whole Southern revival thing. And it's like, all right, cool, sweet. Nobody wants to help because they've got their own problems and their own lazy things to do.
Like normal New Yorkers.
Yeah, that guy, that guy with the mustache. He was like, "There's no way I could even spare a second of my time," and then he literally just is like, "I'm just gonna float in this river."
Yeah, when he wasn't on screen, I knew he was just wasting away.
Yeah, every time you see him, he's just walking down the street. It's like, dude.
But I think I really like this moral, though. The moral that plays off of all this.
I also love how he was the one who was like, "Yeah, I feel like I understand now."
Yeah, which I did like that. I definitely like that.
Also, he's a very important business pony on exporting and importing oats, was it? Or hay?
I don't know, something like that.
I think it was... I think it was oats.
I feel like it was oats.
I don't know. He was important for doing something. So we transition on to the fact that it's like, well, we can't get anybody to help, so it's just going to be the two of us. And it's like, oh,
3 of us.
Well, shit. Well, yeah, 3 of us, I guess. Sure. So Applejack has to go off and clean the park or whatever for whatever thing. And it's like, oh, all this work and all these things that have to be done for it, like picking the weeds, trimming, mowing the lawn, blah, 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 pulling weeds more. And it's just like, yeah, that kind of looks like a shitty place to go. Too bad there's not like a parks department or something that would be in charge of this kind of stuff. No. Yeah, that's totally not what taxpayers' money is supposed to be going towards.
Was that event the only thing that happened in this fucking park?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, probably. You remember,
apparently.
It's not just a park. It's a park in a small neighborhood in Manhattan. Some parks do get abandoned like this because guess what? Your town or your little part of the city doesn't have enough money to maintain a park, so they're too busy maintaining other things.
Well, this is true. This actually does kind of make sense.
Yeah, because we're not...
If they weren't getting enough funding.
We aren't talking about Manhattan in a whole. We're talking about a small part of Manhattan off to the side. These are like the cities
Manhattan's Manhattan, though.
If Manhattan is supposed to represent New York, we're talking about the little cities that are around New York before you get a little bit more upstate.
Like a suburb?
Yeah. That's where this is taking place. That's why it's like, oh, I haven't seen this neighborhood this cheery in a while. Because it's the neighborhood. We aren't talking about Manhattan.
Yeah. Well, either way, they go off and find out that Applejack can't do jack shit to this thing, and she's only one mare, and she can't do all this stuff, and blah, blah, blah. Things get wrecked, and then they are like, oh, well, how are we going to fix this whole thing? And almost nothing they can do about it, because it's not enough time, blah, blah, blah. Rarity freaks out, and they, decide to go off and do something else, like put on a little tiny stage at, the very edge of the park, where it can still look nice and fun.
Just do what we can. We'll do all we can in the time we have. It's the little things.
And they made and I'm assuming the cardboard props were the what we can for the time we have type of thing, because I'm imagining the play they had in mind. We're gonna have real props and all these things.
Probably.
I'm like, I really like the cardboard props then.
Yeah, I love that. I love the idea that they took it's not what we want, but it's what we can do kind of attitude. It's like, all right, we have this much time, we need to start cutting things back. And it sucks when things like that happen, and anybody and everybody who has ever tried creating something under a certain deadline has to sit there and think about it. It's like, okay, what are we trying to do?
Maybe some of the bronies
how much time do we have?
Maybe some of the...
And what can we cut?
Maybe some of the people in this fandom could approach episodes like this. Listen, people, I know you want all these things, but this is how much time the writers have. This is when it's due. there's a long stage of process in between. Sometimes we have to cut corners.
Yeah, and that totally makes sense. I also, other side little note, I love how bad the acting was. Not because it wasn't bad acting, it was
theatrical.
Good acting.
Yeah, it was sort of dramatized.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that what you go to a play for?
Depending on the play.
No.
It definitely depends on the play, because some of them are more theatrical and dramatical, like this kind of thing, whereas others are just like, try to be real. Try to act like how you would actually act. Be a real person that you can see happening ever.
I also like how
there
were, instead of having like makeup cutie marks, it was literally just draw the cutie mark on this piece of paper and tape it to your butt.
That's pretty
Maybe
great.
that's one of the things they had to cut.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. I like these little cuts because it's more charming, honestly.
And honestly, can I just say real quick, technically nothing to do with anything really, but man, for that first scene, the stallion at the very end of it, end scene. You don't do that, you freaking amateur! Get off the stage!
Cack.
Our local theater nut is just going off on this episode.
Also,
it pissed me off so badly when I saw it.
I kind of was bugged by it. Not quite as triggered as Smooth, but I was bugged by it. But also, can I just point out the face that Coco made right when Applejack said that it was ready? It was like the cutest thing in this episode. Like, she just lit up. It was amazing.
She made a lot of cute faces.
She did. Coco Pommel.
There were some great faces in this
Coco Pommel
one.
is top.
Top.
We need a picture of her with the hat. Top
Yeah.
Coco.
So as the play goes on, they sit there and they watch, and they awe in the like quaint little niceness of the thing, and they sit there and blah blah blah, and then more people sit down, and more people sit down, and people get to start to feel nostalgic about how the play used to be this big giant thing of when they were children and whatnot, and how the community is now growing close during this one single play, and it's really nice how like it's a nice warm episode.
Yeah, and I like the fact that the elderly pony who is actually being portrayed in the play shows up at near the end and is like, it's like, oh hey, yeah.
And then the rich pony steps up and steps aside for her. The very rich, well-off stallion.
Opulent stallion that just,
with a smile on his face, gives someone else the seat because he's a good person. And plays make people good people, even though you're in New York. And street performers are a dime a dozen.
Yeah. So after the concert, everyone gathers around and there's chats about how much they enjoy it and blah, blah, blah. And you see a bunch of great, like, one-time ponies you'll probably never see again. Followed up by a couple of ponies who come by and be like, wow, that was really great. Oh my god, it was so wonderful. I didn't think I could help at all. Because I didn't think what I could do was enough to help make this thing. And even there, we have, like, another great little moral. It's not something so, like, deeply poetic, but it's still
Season 5
really
is full
nice.
of a lot of mini morals instead of, like, one huge one that ties the whole episode together. Like, Coco is just like, this is the spirit of the town. That's blah, blah, blah. That's the moral for her. And then here's the moral from us, is that everyone's little bit of help matters. Every little bit of help matters. Every penny matters.
Yeah.
Donate now.
And it's like, go ahead.
Yeah. Also, can I just point out how many different accents there are in this episode?
Oh yeah,
There was that really, really urban accent.
There was some kind of girl in there that she had some sort of accent that was coming straight out of some little borough that was just like,
Was that the one with the kid?
girl,
And man, that voice did not fit that pony.
but you bet she has some problems going on, She's got 2 kids at home.
She has 3.
Who's got time to help out some stupid play?
I got 3 jobs and all of them are barbers.
I got all barber jobs. I got my day shift, my night shift, and my graveyard shift barber. Like, I cut hair. What do you want from me?
I cut hair in Hooklin.
Hooklin?
And
there's gotta be more
in the Bronx,
The Bronx?
because the Bronx just doesn't change.
Yeah, because
The
Bronxo?
Bronx don't change, but the Bronx changes you.
Yeah.
Manhattan and shit. What's the other one?
Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens.
Celestial, princesses. Instead of queens, it's
I don't know.
princesses.
That's just
All I can
dumb.
think about is the Beastie Boys song, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, and Staten. Oh yeah, Staten. Stallion. There you go. Boom.
Yeah, just make Pony New York, please, everyone.
Yeah, let's all do that.
And not the state,
So-
just the city.
Yeah. Well, we could probably do all the towns. Just be like, all right, Fishkill. Let's see.
Fishkill just stays the same.
Albany.
Albany.
Almany.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Anyways,
So after they find out, it's like, oh yeah, the little things that could be fixed. So you sit there and Rarity's all like, oh my god,
Rarity's
there's another
trashes
problem here we need to
Applejack's
fix.
hat.
Yeah, fuck all you people with your sad stories about Applejack's hat. They go right in the garbage with their broken fucking hat. It's just a hat, people. Not everything needs deep metaphor, deep psychological value, deep symbolized value.
Though, I
Yeah,
like
but
the
admittedly-
fact that Coco Pommel's
Admittedly,
little
when her
thing-
hat did get smashed, go ahead.
Oh,
read
I
it.
said though I like the fact that Coco Pommel, her little thing, I can't think of the word of what it's called. She got that from charity. I like that. That was cool.
Yeah. But it's like, oh, so... admittedly, though, I did get a little, when she, rolled over it with the lawnmower, I was like, oh no! Not her hat! And then I'm like, oh wait, it's just a regular hat.
It turns out
Damn
she
it.
actually has hundreds of them.
Yeah, it's just a stat.
I'm
system.
pretty
she's
sure
gotta
she
get a new one
does.
every,
I'm pretty
20
sure
years.
we've actually seen that she has a lot of hats somewhere.
Yeah, and whenever she just doesn't have it on, she just pulls it out of her hammer space and puts it on.
It's true.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
All ponies carry around a bit of hammer space with them at all times.
of course. And
That's it.
Pinky more than everyone else.
Pinky is consuming...
admittedly so,
well, that's
yes.
why everyone's only carrying around a limited amount, because Pinky's using everyone's.
Oh yeah.
In fact, she's using the viewers. This is why the human race has no hammer space.
She's using
Because we're not
all of
being
ours.
viewed by people?
Because the pink little pony in a cartoon.
Anyway.
Anyway. Any other final thoughts about this episode?
Nah.
It was good.
I really liked it.
It reminded me why I loved or liked Coco Pommel in the first place. It made me actually have more fleshed out reasons to like her.
Made me
Instead
think of
of just being-
Christmas.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Kind of.
Plays always
Yeah.
make me feel like Christmas, though.
Yeah. It's good shit.
This is good.
It's
shit.
good stuff.
It's a good episode. 10 out of 10.
I want to go as far as say 10
Not
out
as
of 10,
good as
but
not as good as season 2, though. Am I right?
Oh.
I liked this episode. I'll give it a solid scene out of 10, and by that I mean 0.
Oh.
Oh,
ugh. Anyway, so that's it for Made in Manhattan. Next week we're going to be taking a look at Brother Hooves Social. That sounds like something fun. By the way, this week's episode was written by Noel
Oh.
Benevetti,
Rarity doesn't have a brother, though. How's that gonna work?
but I don't know.
Apple Bloom has a
Maybe
brother.
it's
Wait until next time to find out.
Maybe we'll just be Sister Hoof Social again, except for replace Applejack, but with Big Mac.
See, but
Oh.
then you have Sweetie Belle.
No, I mean, because Applejack was a...
she goes with Spike.
Oh.
And Scootaloo...
I don't know, maybe.
Scootaloo just goes with Rainbow
Anyway.
Dad.
So, by the way, Neil Desudav also wrote Princess Spike.
Oh man,
That was fun. That was good.
Wow. That's not what I was expecting
This
from
is
his...
this is quite the improvement
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like,
quite.
Where
from
Princess
one of
Spike
the worst
was-
episodes.
where Princess Spike is probably the worst episode of the show.
Whoa, Princess Spike wasn't that bad.
No,
right?
it
Princess
was
Spike
pretty.
was pretty
It
bad.
was pretty bad.
It wasn't one of the best, but it definitely wasn't.
It's like the worst Spike episode, and that says something.
Ouch.
At least
Every-
second to
No,
worst.
it's the worst Spike episode, and every Spike episode is the worst, so...
Hey, you all.
Therefore,
Anyway, that's a discussion for a previous episode, but too bad we didn't get to cover those episodes. But anyway, my name is Mofied Thunderbirds. I am joined this week by
Commander Sparkle,
Ready, Bobo?
And smooth sailing.
And we'll see you all next time.